best graphics we ever had on the show. Okay, a new report in a magazine called AM New York says psychics and astrologers are the new go-to people when it comes to figuring out what's going on in your life.
Especially with the economy in crisis. I mean, that's why. So here to help guide us with his astrological expertise is our resident astrologer, Greg Tafaro, a.k.a. Astrolo-G.
Amanda loves himself.
Greg and Mike have worked together now for 2 years, and
Good
he's
to
one
see
of the
you.
most amazing people. And I never got the whole astrology thing, but I'm believing it now.
Yeah.
Or I need to believe it
Well,
now.
you're really good at this. He's a very good astrologer. So let's have it. Let's start with Juliet.
Well, here's the thing. We got to, as many of you know, our show is going to be fading away down the road.
Sadly.
Down the road.
Very
in the
sadly.
fall.
Mike and I have been working together for 7 years.
7
Yes.
years.
What's happening here?
Well, I looked at Mike's chart, and the first thing I saw in your chart, and I actually asked you about this yesterday, was I wanted you to relate what happened about 30 years ago, because I saw something with career and work, and I saw it being big.
It's odd. When it was, 30 years ago, big break in television. It launched this career.
Similar.
30 years ago.
I will say, I know that this is coming to an end, but there's a similar thing in your chart, when I looked at your specific chart, that's coming up in September, August, September. And then if nothing happens around then, which I'd be surprised if it didn't, come December, there's something unexpected big, like a big, huge change. Huge.
As far as career?
As far as career, absolutely. And it could
career.
involve distance. It could involve traveling away from New York, which, we'd be sad to see you go, but it could involve
LA?
going somewhere else.
Why do you keep saying London?
No, but he says maybe
It could be overseas. It could be something overseas.
He sees overseas.
Ooh.
And I'll say this about you guys, because I know that this is one of the questions that you always wonder about. Like,
Are
you
we
guys have been
splitting
together for about 7 years. Now, astrologically speaking, at like a 7-year point to 14-year, 21 and 28, about every 7, even they say like in any marriage, there's that 7-year itch.
Yeah.
It is one of those things that you have to work through. It's the point at which people do change,
he's
relationships change.
What's he saying?
It's over.
No, I'm not saying that. It's one of those things that people have to work through, and if they don't, then...
Well, we'll always be best friends.
Yeah.
So. Okay. What else?
What about her career?
Well, career... Well, okay, so this is what I'm going to say about you. Now, you don't mind me sharing your age.
No. 25.
Astrologically speaking, there's something that happens between 40 and 42. A lot of people call it a midlife crisis.
Right.
It's a major life change. When I look at your chart specifically, and I look at Doug, your husband, and you're a Libra and he's an Aquarius, I am 100% certain that you are going to have a kid next year. 100%.
Wow.
No, like 100.
In the next 12 months.
And next year you will give birth. 100%. And in terms of who you are, and I know you've been like a career woman for your whole life.
Yeah.
I think that'll be the big change for you, and I think you're really going to enjoy being a mom. I know that sounds a little.
How about my?
No, I
think that'd be
believe that.
great.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Okay.
Okay.
Real
Good.
quickly, give me 30 seconds, 20 seconds on a personal relationship.
For you, what's the sign of the partner? Cancer.
Libra.
Okay,
Those are bad signs.
Well, you're a Libra too. Libra and Cancer, it's one of those, if you're born about 90 days apart from somebody, it tends to indicate that there's some sort of difficulty, there's a tension point in a relationship that you have to work through. Like, you'd be more of like a thinker, talker. You'd be more sensitive and emotional. So that would be the dynamic at play in the relationship.
Okay, we have some people in the audience want to be read. Kelsey, you're a Pisces?
I am. Born in February.
So, and your question is?
My question, when will I meet Mr. Right?
Okay.
When is he coming? What is he like?
And you don't know who Mr. Right is for you?
I do not, no.
Okay, when I look at your chart, now as a Pisces, you're very sensitive. You're somebody that takes on other people's feelings. You're very receptive. Sometimes you take on other people's negative feelings and then you reflect them back in your relationships. In terms of a person that would be good for you, it would be an artistic type. It would be a sensitive type, somebody drawn to the arts.
Really?
It could be a Cancer. A Cancer's actually a good type. And that might not be who you've been with.
No, not artsy at all.
And then I'll say the other thing is...
Not my thing.
Well, it should...
Well, don't
The reality is, I wouldn't poo-poo it.
Because,
yeah. The reality is that might be the type of person you need in order for you to be able to express
What would be her
yourself
best sign as a match?
Best sign for a Pisces? I mean, easy sign is Cancer. A Scorpio would be... You know what? You'd like a Scorpio because they'd be intense.
That's November.
And artsy doesn't necessarily mean like, ooh, yeah, man.
No,
It's like a rocker.
It could be like somebody that likes being on center stage and like performing for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good personality, but
Be a new step for me.
Now, after the show, Greg's going to
take that step.
You're going to do some more readings in the green room for some of our other guests here.
certainly will.
So thank you for doing that.
Thank you, sir.
Good to see you, brother.
You've got a cheering section over there, Greg. The hottest astrological guy in the country. check out Greg's monthly column with Fox News Magazine, iMagazine. And for more information on astrology, be sure to check out mnjshow.com. And we're going to get to those readings.
Yeah, I'll answer that.
Next up, an otter who's afraid of water.
And the cutest monkey you've ever seen. They love you.